How's it going, everyone? So last night I got on a phone call with a good friend of mine. His name is PJ, and he is an amazing visual artist. I'm talking about painting, graphics, sketching, drawing, that whole side of creating visuals. And I had a really good idea that I just wanted to pass along to him in regards to helping him grow out his brand awareness by, of course, leveraging social media and Facebook and Instagram ads. So this is that conversation. Okay, let's call PJ. Let's call PJ.
Yo, what's up, man?
PJ, what's up, dude?
Good to talk to you.
You too, man. Hey, so I'm hella sorry for just constantly bugging you. I know, like, yeah, I know it's hella
No,
weird.
man, I don't think you're bugging me at all. It's all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I DM'd you, I texted you, and I'm like, yo, dude, I gotta tell you about this idea.
Oh, man, people, maybe I'm just numb to it because people not like, oh yeah, my phone's ringing all the time, but people like when they bug me, they bug me. It's like they nonstop every day about something. I'm like, okay, I get it. So this is nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on, man. But I don't want to hold you up too long. It's just like, I came back from Atlanta, and basically,
I'm trying to go there, man.
Oh, for real?
I think I was talking to you about this a long time ago, like when we went to that Take Tactics reunion dinner thing. Me and my friend have another friend out in Atlanta, and he's like trying to push a little art scene and has push our stuff out there too. But
Okay.
we haven't done anything with that yet.
Oh,
nothing big.
Wait, you told me about you hooked up with like a group in Atlanta, and they're like managing you or something?
Yeah, well, see, it never became any of that, and I didn't let it because I didn't want it to because we don't need it. Like, at least we don't need management out all the way in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of like, I guess, partners. We just, I haven't really sent them any designs, but if I do, it's like the way that it's been recently. It's like they're kind of just reoccurring clients, and then if we ever do have like product to push, we'll just collaborate with like a show and introduce ourselves to people out there, but nothing official.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Oh yeah, it was something like almost like I wouldn't say it was a consignment deal, but you guys are just partners, just helping each other out kind of thing.
Yeah, we're just friends basically. Because at first we were trying to do the whole contract thing and co-assignment, and it's like, hey, let's not do that. So
yeah, way too official kind of thing.
Well, yeah, especially at this early, I don't need that type of like. It's more of like right now. It's just the tough part is about producing or like actually branding and like creating the work rather than okay, let's grab a manager and have him talk about percentages. It's like of what?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're in the building phase.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, as a heads up too, let me know if you feel otherwise. But I'm just documenting our conversation. Like I'm just recording it for my audio vlog or my podcast. Just as a heads up. So
all good.
Okay,
good.
Cool. Basically, so I was in Atlanta, and I was on the way to the airport, and I was in a Lyft, and it was hella cool. My Lyft driver was hella cool, big hip hop head. He's a hip hop artist, or he's a music artist, and he's also an artist, like he draws,
like visual,
paints. Visual artist.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
So I told him, hey, I'm in marketing and I'm doing this, and I love talking about this, especially like in Lyft rides. So. Yeah. I'm just giving him ideas, and the idea that I put out there was like, hey dude, I think what would be really dope, because he was just asking like, hey, how do I grow, my audience base with what I do, and kind of just build more awareness of who he is,
Yeah.
And the first person
in general or like social media? In general.
In general, but specifically on social media, by leveraging social platforms and stuff, Yeah. So the first person I thought that and that came to mind was you, because I was like, dude, I have a good friend that is an amazing artist. Like your artwork, bro, really needs to be seen by.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
no, and
appreciate that.
that's me genuinely saying that, dude. Like I've shown your artwork to JaVale McGee.
Yeah,
Like
he still follows me. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, dude. Like he texted me. He's like, bro, this guy's amazing. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember
man.
seeing that text. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Like,
Yeah, it's funny. Even now, I have like random people, like when you go on Instagram and you can find like an account,
yeah,
and you can see who else like your like mutual followers,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I have people every once in a while be like, "What the fuck? What's his name follows you?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess," but like the biggest thing is that's also one of the like motivators where like I forgot who said it, but someone described motivation to me, which I really like, where it's like it's a balance between like chasing after something
yeah.
and running away from something, because it's like
Hmm.
I'm running away from the thought of never doing this, right? It's too late. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it, right? I have this idea and people need to see it,
Yeah,
kind of like running away from failure. And
yeah.
you're also running towards a really important goal or like a dream. So I've been kind of using that for both, but mostly like the holy shit, like, what if he's like, oh, damn, this guy hasn't put out any work
Yeah.
in like 6 months or something, unfollow. It's like, oh shit, I need to step it up, but things are coming together.
Dope, man. Yeah, I know you're working on stuff on your end, and whenever I have ideas, like, especially when I know like they could help someone out, I do what I just did to you, where I just bug you. I'm like, dude, we gotta talk. I got this idea, man. We gotta try this. I'll put up a test ad budget myself, and
I appreciate it,
yeah,
man. Most people don't have this type of support. Like, I feel very blessed.
absolutely, man. And no problem, dude. Like I genuinely support you in everything that you do, like both dance and in your artwork. Like you're dope, man. Like
Just
freaking
just
lethal.
on it's just got I'm in the goddamn I'm just marinating in the fucking pot of soup. Like, I'm not ready yet, but I'm pushing. Like, things are just like it's like step by step. Like
Yeah,
I used to be hard on myself. Like, all right, I got to push harder, and then I think that's also what demotivates other people. Like, like maybe some people in our crew, they might have like certain, I guess, things that they're reaching for,
hmm,
and after a while, nothing happens. It's like, okay, well, I haven't made it in the dance scene. Oh, I haven't done this. It's kind of like I see certain people around me kind of get all like almost depressive. It's kind of like you could tell in their demeanor they're not inspired anymore as
yeah,
much, or they're just kind of like dead. And I'm kind of like I used to like I still kind of feel that sometimes, but I'm
yeah,
also kind of like no, it's there's a such thing as timing, because certain things have to be done first before things come together.
yeah.
So
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's
it's
just
all
the
good.
whole. That's the whole patience factor, and that's just us. Like especially when we were younger, like when we did, America's Best Dance Crew and all that shit. Like we were just super hungry, and we just wanted shit like right now. We wanted to be, want everybody to know who Tic Tactics was and all that stuff.
Right. And sometimes it doesn't work out that quick for
Yeah,
people. You kind of just have to build your empire around you. So
yeah. You
it's
just
what
gotta
it
keep.
is.
Yeah, you just gotta slowly and. You know, it's a marathon. It's not like a sprint. You know what I'm saying? So, but dude, going back to the idea. So okay, so this is the idea. I told my Lyft driver, I was like, hey, so what I think you should do is just film yourself. It could be super low production, doesn't have to be like super quality, high top production, just enough to show exactly what you're doing. And what I said was, hey, you should do a time lapse, like 30 to 45 seconds, something under a minute that you could run on Instagram. Do a time lapse of you putting together or you like drawing art, like doing your art.
Yeah.
It could be just a sketch, like a pencil sketch, charcoal. It could be an actual painting, could be graphics, like computer graphics, whatever it
Yeah.
may be. Just a time lapse of you doing your artwork. And then what I'll do is I'll step in and then I'll run ads against that post. So like you create that video, you make it a post on your Instagram, and I'll run ads against that post to people who are interested in that type of artwork. And then
Like
like
a business account on Instagram where you push the post as an ad.
yeah, exactly. So essentially
Oh,
you
right.
you use that to I'm using that ad to help grow your awareness on Instagram. So I just basically all I'm doing is just increasing your reach. That's all an ad does. It just increases your reach to a big mass of people, you know?
Yeah,
So
I've always been really like that's always been in my head because it's kind of like, just temporarily, I took my Instagram off like a artist page or like a business page,
yeah, you just made
so
it
I could
back
put
to
it on
personal.
private.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, yeah, I put it back to private because I have to because of like this like car accident that I was in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but that was like a year ago. I think
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, it was like a long time ago. It's just kind of it's like in the final stages of being finished. Yeah, I just like messaged my lawyer the other day and I was like, hey, like he said this should be done by the end of this year. What's going on? And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you don't have to delete your social media, but just keep it on private. I'm like, fuck. So that's been kind of one thing that I've been using it as an excuse to kind of just lay back and just think before I post stuff,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is really good. But I've also kind of been like conflicted about like making ads. Maybe it's different if someone else runs it for you because whenever I would like see, especially like clothing brands, right?
Hmm.
When I see it on Instagram on an ad, like
You get a little turned off.
yeah, and I don't know if it's because the person is running their own ad or someone else is like it, but that's different because that's a product. If it was with art, it's kind of not a problem because it's like, well, you like it or you don't. It's not to the same extent, but with clothing and other products, I definitely feel kind of weird. But I don't know. That's actually a really cool idea. And the funny thing is, I'm not against recording myself
Hmm.
or anything like that because people need to see like the process. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very low key, and that has to change. I'm thankful because as low key as I try to be, I still have like support from like important people, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But it's funny that you mention it, and that it's funny how the things work out, man. Because do you know what I've been wanting for the longest time? And just last night,
Yeah.
I Amazon Primed um,
A
an
GoPro?
iPhone tripod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of like, okay, it's time to actually start recording my dancing
Yeah.
again. One, so I could like critique myself, and also post something daily or weekly, so people could be like, oh, okay, there he is, like he's alive. And
Yeah.
then also my art too, because it's like, I've tried to do the whole like use the computer camera and stuff like that, but no, like I want to actually record myself paint and do the big paintings and
Yeah.
digital and stuff like that. So the tripod should be coming tomorrow.
No, that's dope, dude. That's
That's
dope.
hella funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, that's dope. No, see, but like to kind of like elaborate more on the ads, I 100% feel you when you say like you see ads by like products and you get a little bit turned off, and then you see ads like with artwork or things of that nature. Because they're like there's two different ways to use social media. It's either like you're using it to build a community, and that's like for long-term branding, or like when you see something like product sales and you're seeing like 20% off and you're seeing a bunch of sales and all this stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like what they're
exactly.
trying to do is it's like regular advertising. They're just trying to get short-term sales like right now, you know?
There's a
So
way to do it and there's a way not to do it, and people like it's like real recognize real. It's like,
exactly.
I've seen
Exactly.
ads where I'm just like, oh, that's dope because they obviously aren't trying to
They're not trying to sell you on
self-promote.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They just want more eyes to, you know, to reach their message, or they want more ears and they want more faces. They want more people to hear about their message and to see their message. So that's the kind of the objective that I have for you. So to elaborate on my idea more, so what I told my Lyft driver, I was like, I took it to another level. I was like, so you should time lapse yourself just doing your art. And I was like, if you want to make it even more attractive, like if you're gonna run ads behind it, like to make it even more attractive to your audience, I'm like, all right, you're here in Atlanta. Who's really big in Atlanta right now? Like, you like sports? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I like the Hawks, you know? And I'm like, oh, cool, basketball. I'm into basketball. I'm like, who's big in basketball over in Atlanta? Trey Young, you know, he's like a rookie basketball player, just got into the league and all
Right.
that stuff. I was like, so why don't you try something like this? Why don't you do a time lapse drawing of Trey Young, and we'll run ads to people who are interested in the Atlanta Hawks, who are interested in the NBA, and we'll show them, you know, the process of you making a dope ass painting or dope ass drawing of, you know, their star rookie.
Yeah.
And then you take it even further. You could do that with, and then you just start targeting like different genres. You can do sports, and then you start doing like music. Who's really hot in Atlanta? You know, who's all the big music artists out in Atlanta? And then you
Yeah,
move to
exactly.
you move to a different region. You go to New York, you go to the Bay, you go to Miami. But essentially, that's it. Like they're like little basically what these clips are. They're just attention getters to help boost the like the effectiveness of the ad itself, because the way it'll
Yeah,
work.
people see it like, oh, I know
Exactly.
that celebrity. It gets all
Exactly.
excited.
Like they see someone recognizable, like, oh shit, that's a 30-second time-lapse drawing of Cardi B. That's hella dope. And then they click on
Yeah,
your
exactly.
profile, and then they land on your Instagram, and then they see like, holy shit, PJ is fucking dope. Like, have you guys seen this painting? Like all, and then they just see the backlog of all your posts where you're posting about all the paint, all the artwork that you've done in the past. And then eventually what will happen is it that attention from the ad turns into a follow, and then it just keeps rolling over and over again, and sooner or later then you just have a community that is built around you just strictly from ads.
Yeah, it's like actually giving a damn about the concept of a target audience and
Yeah.
not just making art for yourself. Yeah, there's definitely ways to do that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've been thinking of okay, how to actually do it genuinely, because
Hmm.
one of the ideas that, you know, I've had a long time ago was like, all right, well, what's the first thing to do? It's the same thing that dancers do to get their videos known. What do? They choose the most popular song at the moment, top
Yeah.
40, and it could be really cool. And then they get really big, and then it works out. Or you have the people just do it consistently, and then it's kind of like, well, you're all like icing. There's no like cake. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
it's just all that market shit. But if you do it correctly, then yeah, like I've seen it done before. I'm like, oh man, that was
Dude,
cool. I found out only because of this one post.
bro, that do you know like that's exactly how we built Omar's Vine account. You know, like when we were doing those 6-second videos, like even when Omar and I were doing shows in high school, we wouldn't like dance, or we wouldn't like pop to like Earth, Wind and Fire and a bunch of like old school songs, you know, like Zapp and Roger and stuff, even though that's what
Yeah,
poppers were popping to at the time. Like we would
yeah,
always pick like the dope, like the hottest song at the moment, and we would perform to that. We'd do like shows in our high school doing that, and then we just took that idea into Vine, and that's how like we pretty much grew his account. Is we did influencer marketing, which is essentially like ads, and we just made dope ass dance clips to the hottest songs, and that attracted so much attention, you know.
yeah, exactly.
So that's
Now it's
essentially,
verified.
yeah, that's essentially what I want to test and want to try out on you. If you're down, like you can think about it. I don't need an answer right now, but I'm just saying like this is just an idea that I wanted to try to implement for you to help get more people to know how fucking dope you are, you know?
Thanks.
Like no joke. Like I thought about this because I was on my like I managed my girl's account, and to kind of preface, like I I did the same exact method to my girl at the beginning of January. Like she started at like 547 followers, and I did
Hmm.
an entire like brand awareness campaign, not trying to sell anything at all. Just want to put more eyes on what she's, you know, on her message, which is like dance fitness and stuff, and like
Yeah.
and Zumba. So she started off at 547 on January 1st, and as of right now, she's gonna break like 14,000 followers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Like it works, you know, like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
and it's like I'm just running Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm just expanding her message to more people so they can see how dope she is in dance fitness.
See, the biggest thing that always would turn me off, like against doing like, okay, we're gonna paint this celebrity, or we're gonna dance to this like
This
popular
top 40
song.
song, yeah.
Yeah, it's because like a lot of the, since it's not the hardest idea to think of, sometimes the examples you see of that, it's
Hmm.
like the worst of the worst. Like
Yeah,
it's like terrible art. It's like shit dance,
it
and then
gets
it gets a
flooded.
bad rep. It
Yeah,
gets flooded exactly.
yeah.
But then, um, the more that I've been actually kind of like expanding upon my ideas of what I want to do with art, um, and even dance, it's kind of like, for example, if I'm going to do a very popular song, it's not because it's like obvious that I want you to see my stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would present it in a way that, for like, I have like favorite songs over the past years where I'm like, man, I've always wanted to do a video to that, and I was like 3 years old. But when you just if I, for example, were to put out a vlog of just me dancing to
Mm-hmm.
these like really like well-known songs, but they're songs that, you know, it's not the most popular, but it's like really well known.
Yeah.
Maybe it was big 3 years ago.
Mm.
I think people would be able to tell that I'm not doing it just to be popular. It's kind of songs that I literally like. But also with painting, because I've thought about making like a painting of, you know, I don't know, like, you know, a celebrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, anyone that follows me that happens to be a celebrity, which is kind
Yeah.
of crazy. But you know, at first I'd be like, well, you know, that's stupid. It's not gonna work out because, you know, it's like selling out. But if I actually still do my, you know, my concepts that I really can do well with my art,
Yeah.
then actually it would be cool. So I do have an idea for, you know, a few people in mind. It's just that it's gotta be genuine, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I fully understand, dude. Coming from an artistic point of view, and me being in the music industry and working with different music artists, yes, I know that artists and creatives are very protective in the way that they present their art form, and I totally 100% understand that. But there is always a middle. I believe that there's always a middle ground where you can appease both sides. Yeah, where there's an equal balance, you know? Because I mean, either way, like if you're wanting to make a living out of your art form, like if you're gonna accept any type of dollar, like that's essentially you're selling out for it. Because otherwise, if you're just purely in it for the art form, then
that's the purest, yeah.
Yeah, that's the purest way of doing it. You know, like there are still hip hop heads out there. Like, look, J. Cole, Drake, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, like all those guys, like they're true to hip hop culture, you know, but they wanted to make a living out of it, kind of deal, you know. But they stood
smart about it.
Yeah, you know, like they stood true to the hip hop culture and then to their art form. Yeah, but no, I totally agree, dude. There's a way to present your art form, and like appease a mass audience, or not necessarily a mass audience. Like you're not trying to show it to everybody, just a mass audience of people that are actually interested in that, in your message,
like
and in that style. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
trying to reach everybody in the world. You're just trying to reach the percentage of people that are actually interested in your style and your message and your overall brand. So
Yeah, there's some methods out there that, you know, I mean, there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I ordered that tripod, because
Mhm.
I've been thinking of ways to do that without actually feeling like a shithead. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
do I want to just like, so I mean, one idea I had, just for a small example, was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, if I really only want to have myself and my image and myself as the brand to be associated with something good and genuine, like actual creation of art, and not like, oh, just gonna design Disney characters and
Oh yeah.
celebrities, like, you know,
I feel
like,
you.
then an idea I had would be, I would record myself and I would show myself and maybe talk in the video, but only if it's me making art that's like with my specific message.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing like a piece of, I don't know, J. Cole, for example,
Mhm.
I wouldn't necessarily put that much personal input into it. I would just kind of like have a time lapse of maybe not even show my face, or maybe really quick, or just time lapse, like snapshots of the work being made. So it's still kind of like oh my God, it's art, no, it's a celebrity, and it would kind of bring attention to it. And then,
Yeah.
you know, like you would have to go to my actual page and find out like what I'm all about.
Yeah.
You know, that's an idea I had. But yeah, there's definitely ways to do it, and I agree.
I mean, even if you don't like doing the artwork of like celebrities and athletes and things like that, that's like a for sure attention getter. Like even if you were to just do a video, a time lapse video, or even a video of just your style of artwork, your art is amazing in it itself. You know, like if I were to, I could watch a whole time lapse video of you just working on one of your pieces. And I'd be like, holy shit, that looks fucking dope as fuck. Like the dragon that you have in your room. That shit was ridiculous, man.
Yep. Now it just has to. What has to come is the creation of that work. I got to start making work again.
Yeah.
So that'll come soon.
Yeah. But that's really the idea. Is just I had an idea, or I have an idea, and I have some methods that I feel like you should try to utilize and try to take advantage of while it's still hot right now, because like Facebook and Instagram ads, like to gather attention and like the amount, like what you get out of what you spend is incredibly like awesome. You know, basically
Yeah.
the ads are super cheap, so I would love for you to just take advantage of it while it's still super cheap and it doesn't get crazy expensive. Then we're like, okay, now we have to figure out something else that we can do, and it's like now we're kind of just in that thinking mode again. Whereas right now, like we could try something and
Literally start it. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
I agree.
no, I don't want to pressure you on anything. I just wanted to bring the idea to your mind and kind of plant the seed. And for real, bro, I'm not joking when I say this. Like, I will put up a test ad budget. Like, I'll put up like $100, and let's just test a couple videos and see what works. And it, like, if you actually see the momentum, you're gonna be like, holy shit, this is dope. Now you got like a community of people that are like genuinely interested in your art form. I think that would motivate you even more, because that's how my girl felt. Like when she broke 1,000 followers, she was like, oh my God, I gotta make my next video. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's addictive.
Yeah. And then it's just, she was just so amazed that there were people out there that were interested in what she loved to do. And that's what really pushed her, and that's what really created so much motivation for her. And like that to me is like, I was hella happy just to see her happy. And yeah, and so the same thing with you, man. Like, you're dope, and like people just need to see how dope you are. And I happen to know how to do cool shit with marketing to help build more awareness.
Yeah, man. That's I do think it's a great idea. I mean, let's see how this new tripod actually works. Should be coming tomorrow. And it's funny because I've been thinking of making a piece for Omar for like what, a year or two.
Yeah.
Something like some long ass time, because that's another one of those examples where it's like, well, you know, I don't talk to this guy every day, but you know, we're cool, and he actually asked for a piece. I'm like, well, if I did, what kind of exposure would that give me? And also that would be cool to give a good friend like a good piece of art. So I'm already on that tip. The work just has to come first, and you know, that seed is planted, man. Thank you.
Cool.
You watered it a little bit. I agree, though. It's fun. It's crazy timing though, because it's coming tomorrow. The tripod.
Dope.
I'm gonna start recording myself dance again.
Shit.
You should, man. You should start doing that again. Bring it back.
My girl, like, I just did a Zumba dance video with my girl, and that was like the extent of me dancing. Like, I was like, all right, cool, I'll do a video with you.
I'm trying to learn salsa, man. Salsa,
for real?
bachata.
Dude,
Yeah,
bachata.
bachata.
Oh my God, I salsa, and we go out and do bachata.
I've seen that,
all the time.
and I was like, man, I want to learn.
Yeah, dude.
Where did you learn? You took some classes?
I took one class like 10 years ago with my girl, because she forced me to do it, and I was like, this is it? This is boring. Let's go do cool shit, you know? So then like we watch YouTube videos and, you know.
And practice, yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. Like, that shit is super essential.
I'll be out there one day, man. I'll see you out there.
Yeah, and then we'll just throw in a body wave real quick and start start battling.
Just do some hat tricks, right? Grab someone's hat. Do a flip. Hell yeah.
Have you seen that clip, that Instagram clip of it's this guy in a red shirt? It says Jesus on it, and he's like, he looks like one of the guys off of.
I did.
Oh,
and then
my God.
I was
like, Playboys Inc.
I was like, Playboys Inc. And then I saw someone Photoshop Frantic's face on Instagram. It's hella funny. I'm like, wow, that's true. But it's more of like a Playboys thing, just because, you know.
Yeah.
It looks like them. It looks like Money B.
Yeah. I think that was he's from Modesto or something like that. So like that just, yeah, that for sure just made it even more Playboys.
Yeah, man, that shit was hella funny.
No, I mean, no hate on Playboys or anything like that. Like,
it's just them.
It was just.
It's a gangsta poppin' image, and I think they would appreciate that comparison.
What's that called? As G-Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Fucking dumb.
Oh my God.
Dope, man.
But yeah, just keep that idea in the back of your mind, and whenever you're ready, dude, let me know, because I would be more than happy to, like, you know, get your message out there and show people how fucking dope you are.
No, thank you. Yeah, it's actually perfect timing too, because it's funny that you wanted to meet on a Tuesday, because it's like, well, Tuesday is because I went back to school, so I've been like taking classes and kind of you know, actually taking the graphic design stuff serious, you know, because I could just do the art stuff on my own and build upon that. But it's
Yeah.
good to know some technical skills. And so Tuesday I end the day with my internship class. So today we had a speaker from LinkedIn give us advice. We were creating resumes and kind of talking about how to build a presence online with recruiters and social media and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I'm also building my portfolio. I'm trying to get an internship this semester. It's all a lot of things coming together, and it's kind of like when you asked if you wanted to meet up or just talk, I was like, well, yeah, totally. I mean, I'm already in this like this is the time, you know, to
Yeah.
start actually being smart about it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, when it comes to anything like building out awareness or trying to do some type of just getting people's attention, like hit me up, dude. Like I'm more than happy to help you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's it.
If you ever find yourself in this area, let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have a feeling we'll talk soon, especially once this little package arrives tomorrow. I might just text you and be like, holy shit, let's do it.
For sure. But yeah, just stay in touch, man, and keep working, dude. I'm excited for you and for your talents.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Talk to you soon, man.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Later.
All right, bye.